Robert Sherman joining us live in Tel Aviv. So the ceasefire is in effect, but there was some damage done in the early hours of this agreement coming together.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw, Marni, is the immediate lead up to this ceasefire going into effect. You saw both Israel and Iran trying to get their last few strikes in. This is something that you typically see with ceasefires and wars. Pick one, and you'll typically see that in those last few hours, the intensification certainly starts to rise as both sides try to get those last couple of strategic shots off in order to, whether that's knock off opponents' weapon sites or whatnot, before the fighting ends, in hope that that puts them in a stronger position for fear that this could all escalate again. But the president was not happy about any of this and this escalation, as you heard him speak to there. The prime minister's office now coming out and defending their moves here. I want to read this statement for you, which we just got from the Israelis a short while ago. It says, quote, "The ceasefire was set for 7 a.m. At 3 a.m., Israel launched a powerful strike in the heart of Tehran, targeting regime sites and eliminating hundreds of Iranian security forces. Shortly before the ceasefire came into effect, Iran fired a barrage of missiles, one of which claimed the lives of 4 of our citizens in Beersheba." That statement goes on to say that at 7:06 a.m., Iran launched 1 missile toward Israeli territory, and at 10:25 a.m., 2 more missiles. The missiles were intercepted or fell in open areas, causing no casualties or damage. In response to Iran's violations, the Israeli Air Force destroyed a radar array near Tehran. Following President Trump's conversation with Prime Minister Netanyahu, Israel refrained from further strikes. That's the main emphasis that you have there. So Israel, of course, has now since acknowledged, according to the president, that they have backed down their operations. No more strikes that the president has made mention of, so to speak of. But I would say that there's a lot of anger that is on the ground here in Israel, particularly after that strike in Beersheba, in which a missile was able to get through, killing multiple people here. And that's why you have so much tension on the ground. It's just important to know here, Marni, you have 2 sides that have been fighting each other for nearly 2 weeks. Israelis on the ground here have believed that Iran is the source of every bit of tension, and frankly believes that Iran is the source of every death that you have seen since October 7th. They've been the one who has been funding all of these groups that are here in the region. So these sides do not trust one another, and that is the situation that we are navigating to get through this ceasefire here that the president is working to maintain at this hour. That's what we're going to be keeping a very close eye on here. Bottom line is that all this is very fragile between all these sides here. Marni?
Yeah, trust at the core for all parties involved has been for decades. All right, Robert, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.